HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good Sunday evening, Bahamas. I'm Charisma Robinson. It's always great to have you joining us. Those Cuban detainees seeking asylum in the United States topping the news again tonight as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration Fred Mitchell dismissed reports that there has been an offer from Panama to take 19 Cuban asylum seekers from the Bahamas. International reports stated Saturday that the immigrants had been offered asylum in Panama after alleging abuse at the detention center and Her Majesty's prison here in the Bahamas. The article went on to say that Prime Minister Perry Christie initially agreed to allow the 19 to go to Panama, but changed tactics after Cuban government officials insisted that his government fulfill the bilateral agreement on repatriations.
We have formally asked Panama for a formal explanation of what we have read in the press. Secondly, there are 18 people in the Bahamas who have been adjudged to have asylum status, and I should say 18 Cubans who have been adjudged to have asylum status. 10 of those appear to have been accepted by the United States, and 8 appear to be eligible to go to third countries. So if Panama makes an offer for the 8 of them, then they are free to go to Panama. 24 people, all Cuban nationals, were repatriated to their home country on Friday, the 16th of August, making a total of 64 Cubans for the year up to Friday, the 16th of August. There are 20 others who will be returned home shortly.
During a news conference this afternoon, Minister Mitchell maintained that no one from the Bahamas government has admitted that there was any abuse of detainees by the government. He also pointed out that the Bahamas has not admitted to the authenticity of that video, which protesters themselves, he says, have admitted is a fake. This is contrary to an assertion made by a U.S. legislator, though, who reportedly said that U.S. State Department officials had reportedly told her that the Bahamas has now confirmed the video is real and has since removed the guilty guards.
Well, one of the things we are concerned about, and we've said this to our friends across the water, across the pond, is we do not want a signal to go out to the Cubans who are a potential pool of migrants that all you have to do is reach the Bahamas and then you get into some country by some artifice. That will open the floodgates, and it will be a problem that we cannot contain. So we want to make it clear that the law is going to be enforced on this point. If you come here, you breach the laws unlawfully. If you're not deemed to be eligible for refugee status, you go back to your home country. And no distinction will be made between Cubans and Haitians. The allegations made are under investigation, and the chips will fall where they may when the investigation concludes.
600 applications for school uniform assistants are being processed by officials at the Department of Social Services. And with the start of the 2013-2014 academic year only weeks away, Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin told ZNS News that even more applications are being submitted, although the deadline was August 2nd. Minister Griffin appeals to parents and guardians to follow the rules in order to receive the correct items for distribution.
On the purchase order identifies exactly what the clients can receive, and the vendors are trying their best to stick to that. And we want the public and our clients to understand that the vendors can only provide them with what is on the face of the purchase order. If they go beyond that, then they're going to run into difficulty. So when you go into the stores, please don't give the vendors any problem when they say to you, this is what you are able to receive based on this purchase order that we have planned. Please, let's abide by those rules, and let's be disciplined, and then I think things will work out better for all concerned.
The Social Services Minister also explained how the department wants to avoid any uniform assistance scams.
The vendors are responsible to ensure that only what is on the face value of that purchase order is what the client is given. In addition to which, all the purchase orders, clients have to have ID. Okay, so that they can make sure that the person who has brought the purchase order is the person who actually the legitimate person to be bringing it in.
In crime news, police recovered the body of a black man from the South Beach Canal early this morning. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Rowe, confirmed to our news team that a report was made to police regarding the discovery of the body about 3:30 Saturday afternoon. Mr. Rowe said officers initially faced challenges retrieving the body, so they returned to the scene this morning to collect the man, who they suspect had been submerged in waters for more than 3 days. Mr. Rowe noted that an autopsy will be performed to determine the cause of death.
We are back at the time and wearing a blue jean pants. The body had submerged into the water. We were able to retrieve the body early this morning with the assistance of some police divers and transport the body to the hospital. I appeal to members of the public who may have missing family member or friend, male, to come forward and let us know. This chap is about 5'8" and appears to be in his mid to late 20s.
The parents of a teenage girl can now breathe a sigh of relief tonight, as police confirmed that she was found on Saturday. Police issued a missing bulletin last week for 13-year-old Tasha Metalis of Malcolm Road. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Rowe, explains.
I'm pleased to say that we have located her yesterday, on Saturday, the 17th of August. She was located in good health, and her parents now, she's in the custody and care of her parents.
Police need your help tonight to find 3 men who reportedly approached a woman with a handgun when she arrived at her home on Bahama Avenue around 3 o'clock this morning. Authorities say the men allegedly ordered her to drive them to a nearby abandoned building, where police say they sexually molested her against her will and then fled on foot. Police have launched an intense investigation into this matter and appeal to anyone with information regarding this incident to contact police at 919 or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 328 tips. The mother of a missing teen, 17-year-old Kadero Ash, is again asking for anyone with information on her son to come forward. Jimmy DeSwain spoke to Patrice Ash, who explained how the incident is affecting her family.
For Patrice Ash, the wait for confirmation on her son Kadero's whereabouts is taking its toll not only on her but on her family as well. The family is quite anxious and wondering what will happen next.
You go down and you say, oh my God, he can't still be alive because he was alive, Kadero, but I find out. But what can you do? As a human, you're only human, Your mind would go and come. But I still hoping that Kadero's would do.
Since her initial interview with our news team 2 weeks ago, Mrs. Ash said the family has mounted a search of their own.
We went on the beach searching in the bushes and, and asking around and stuff like that. And the people said they obviously Kadero and there.
She made this special appeal to her son.
Kadero, if you're there, please, Mommy needs you. We all need you. We want you to come home, and whatever it is, we can solve it. Through God's help, we can make it. If you make it for you to reach 17 years old, we can make it for you to reach just how much God decided for you to live. We can make it and make some things work. Whatever going on in your little mind, I don't know. Talk to Mommy. Come. We need you. We need you to come home.
Police reported that Kadero was last seen on Montague Beach with a group of friends on July 30th. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Rowe, confirmed that the young men have been questioned, but the search for Kadero continues.
I continue to make an appeal to members of the public who may have any information as to his whereabouts to let us know so that we can act on it and see if we can bring some resolution and help to this family in locating this young man that was reported missing from a day at the beach.
The next step, Mrs. Ash said, is posting Cadero's missing bulletin on all media outlets, including social networking sites, with the hopes of locating her son. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Well, over in Grand Bahama, police there are questioning a 23-year-old man of Cemetery Road, 8 Mile Rock, for information on a robbery that happened shortly before 7 o'clock last night. Police learned that a 14-year-old boy was reportedly beaten about the body and robbed of $190 by 2 men he knew in the Bartlett Hill area of 8 Mile Rock. Grand Bahama police also report that a 24-year-old man, when arriving to his Hannah Hill 8 Mile Rock residence, was reportedly approached by 3 men, whom police describe as wearing masks. One of the suspects allegedly armed with a handgun and the other with a hammer. The culprits reportedly beat the victim about the body and then robbed him of $300 in cash. A short time later, the victim's 26-year-old brother arrived at the home, and police say he was then robbed of $200 in cash. One of the culprits fired a gunshot into the front door of the home before the trio of robbers escaped the scene on foot. Police appeal to Grand Bahama residents who may have any information in locating these suspects to call 911 or the nearest police station. When the weekend edition continues, a corporate citizen awarding top school students for good grades during the past school year. That story coming up